Right, this is the box for a reel-to-reel audio tape, circa probably 1970s, put out by the Cademan Company, and it's of James Mason reading poetry of Robert Browning. You have such a beautiful voice for reading poetry. I'm going to give you My Last Duchess, which is probably the world's most famous murder poem, because the poem is all about this man describing this portrait of a duchess which he's had done. And it was his ex-wife who he has more than likely actually murdered. I'm going to play it on this AKAI GX4000DS reel-to-reel tape recorder. It's from about 1972, circa about 1972, and it's a Mark II. It's a lovely machine from the age when technology was actually fun to use, unlike the digital age where it's all integrated into circuitry which you can't see. So here goes.
That's my last Duchess painted on the wall, looking as if she were alive. I call that piece a wonder now. Frau Pandolf's hands worked busily a day, and there she stands. Will please you sit and look at her? I said Frau Pandolf by design, for never read strangers like you that pictured countenance, the depth and passion of its earnest glance. But to myself they turned, since none puts by the curtain I have drawn for you but I, and seemed, as they would ask me if they durst, how such a glance came there. So not the first are you to turn and ask thus. Sir, 'twas not her husband's presence only called that spot of joy into the Duchess' cheek. Perhaps Frau Pandolf chanced to say, her mantle laps over my lady's wrist too much, or paint must never hope to reproduce the faint half-flush that dies along her throat. Such stuff was courtesy, she thought, and cause enough for calling up that spot of joy. She had a heart, how shall I say, too soon made glad, too easily impressed. She liked whate'er she looked on, and her looks went everywhere. Sir, it was all one. My favour at her breast, the drooping of the daylight in the west, the bough of cherries some officious fool broke in the orchard for her, the white mule she rode with round the terrace. All and each would draw from her alike the approving speech, or blush, at least. She thanked men, good, but thanked somehow, I know not how, as if she ranked my gift of a 900-years-old name with anybody's gift. Who would stoop to blame this sort of trifling, even had you skill in speech which I have not, to make your will quite clear to such a one, and say, just this or that in you disgusts me, here you miss, or there exceed the mark, and if she let herself be lessoned so, nor plainly set her wits to yours forsooth, and made excuse, e'en then would be some stooping, and I choose never to stoop. Oh, sir, she smiled, no doubt, whene'er I passed her, but who passed without much the same smile? This grew. I gave commands. Then all smiles stopped together. There she stands, as if alive. Will please you rise? We'll meet the company below, then. I repeat, the Count your master's known munificence is ample warrant that no just pretence of mine for dowry will be disallowed, though his fair daughter's self, as I avowed at starting, is my object. Nay, we'll go together down, sir. Notice Neptune, though, taming a sea-horse, thought a rarity, which Claus of Innsbruck cast in bronze for me. I sprang to the stirrup, and Joris and he. I galloped, Dick galloped, we galloped